Hello, everybody. Hello. Good to see you all. Thank you so much for joining us on this lovely Wednesday evening. I am your host, as always, Max Darrett, your friendly neighborhood Simpsons kin. Sorry we didn't do one of these last month, guys. You know, it's just, oh God, my life. If only you guys knew. I might actually do like a stream later on this week just to explain what's going on. But let's just say I'm very busy. I don't want to take up too much time at the beginning here. We only have about an hour, and we have a lot of people that we want to get to. So I'm just going to say very quickly that, well, obviously I already said that I'm Max. And joining me as always for these streams is the, as Beyonce would say, irreplaceable John Tucker. There he is on screen right now. How's it going, John?
It's wonderfully well going.
Okay, good. So let me just tell you guys very quickly. Got to do two things very quickly. John, I do want to just plug your stuff very quickly.
Sure. Anybody who wants to talk to me one-on-one for 20 minutes can go to my website, johntuckerphd.com. And on the splash page, there's a little sounding board thing. You can fill that in, join. You don't have to pay ever anything. You can talk to me for that. There it is on your screen. You schedule a chat right there on the right-hand part of that screen, and it'll take you to Monday afternoon sometime. So I do this every Monday. There are 6 opportunities on any given Monday to chat, and you can book, as you see there, you can book this coming Monday. There's lots of space, and thereafter. People usually book sometime during the week. So anytime you want to, you can. We talk about whatever you want to talk about, and it's a kind of a pleasant way to do my work for a short period of time. It's especially designed for people who can't afford to hire a coach, don't know who to talk to, want maybe resources or a few suggestions. And you can't, it's not reasonable to book 6 slots, one after the other, on the same day, but you can book one this week and one in 2 weeks, and so on and so forth. It's not limited that way.
Perfect. Okay. All right, and then very quickly, guys, so the people that want to know how to get inside of the stream, it's very, very simple. I know, I'm pretty sure most of us here are familiar with what Zoom is. All you have to do is go to the website zoom.us, and if you want to talk to John and I, all you have to do is go into the description box of this stream, and you'll find the meeting ID and the password that you need to input to talk to John and I. And you do that by going to zoom.us, you go to join a meeting, which you see on the screen here, you click that, and then you type in the meeting ID. Like I said, it's in the description box. And then after that, it will offer you the chance to put in a password, and then you'll be on the line to talk to John and I and talk about whatever's on your mind, whatever you might be dealing with, just as long as the issue that you're dealing with is mental health or autism related, or anything within the sphere of being differently wired. We want to hear from you. We want to help you as best we can. Okay, that's it. Yeah, you guys can hear me. All right, John, do we have anybody on the line right now?
So far, nobody has jumped in yet, so okay. That gives me a chance to mention a book that I read this past weekend. It's specifically about ADHD 2.0, written by Ned Hallowell and John Rady. These are the good folks who brought you these 2 books. This one written in 1994, this one written in 2005. They both are classics in neurodiverse. This one is an update, and a very good update. So if people have ADHD or anything like it, this is fabulous. It's easy to read, and it covers the terrain of, if you're differently wired, this is what you do for movement, for exercise, for diet, for vitamins. These are the kind of experts you need. If I were to recommend only one book for that, I would say that's the best one I know of right now.
Okay.
The other thing that's good about this is, of course, it was written, printed, copyrighted this year, 2021. So the data in it is up to the end of last year. They, the most recent researchers and so on and so forth. So it's a great book.
You know what, so, John? Well, actually, 2 quick things very quickly. You said delivered from distraction. It's made but the book that you just held up, ADHD 2.0, it's made by the same people that did Delivered from Distraction?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I remember, way back when you were recommending that I check out that book. I'm actually, now that it's looking like I'm going to be spending a lot more time doing research into mental health, I might actually pick up that ADHD 2.0 book and do something on it. So thank you for pointing that out.
Well worthwhile.
Mhm.
It is an update. The whole terrain hasn't changed entirely, but there's new research, new evidence, and the authors have grown less enamored with the idea of pussyfooting around. They say, for instance, if you're sitting on your butt doing nothing, get up.
Yeah.
Get off your butt, get moving. If you're eating lousy food, stop. And they'll tell you what you need to work on.
That's certainly good.
Fabulous.
Hold on. I think people might be having a hard time hearing. Here, guys, I'm just going to bring up the audio just a little bit. Hopefully that's not too loud. Let me know if it is. Very quickly. Wait, hold on. People are saying there is no link. Are people not able to join? Are people not joining, John?
Nobody has jumped in as a participant so far.
Okay. Maybe there's a problem with the description. Here, guys, I just put the meeting ID and the password into the chat. Hopefully that will help you guys out. I don't know why. Oh, it's... I did update it, but I guess it didn't update it when I input the information like 10 minutes ago. I'm sorry, guys.
Don't worry. It gave us a chance to wax eloquently about a great new book.
Sure.
So it all worked.
Okay, I think I edited it, guys, so the meeting ID and the password are in the chat, the live chat.
Folks are on board now.
Okay, cool.
Would you like to take our first get?
Just one very quick thing, though. We got 2 super chats that just came in from 2 of my favorite people. Calypso, my Discord moderator and very good friend of mine, just sent in $25 Canadian. Merci, Calypso. Je suis très heureux d'avoir reçu ton super chat. Merci. And...
If you're going to speak Russian, you're going to leave it all behind.
Hey, John, come on. The second language of our country is French. You should know this. Nick Nicholson sends in another good friend of mine. It sends in €5.
We got four people lining up now to get on board.
Very, very quick. Hey, Max. Hey, John. Sorry I can't join you today. Got work in the morning. Stay yellow, you guys. Yeah, you stay yellow too, and have a good work. A day at work tomorrow, Nick. First person. Who do we have, John?
We have Jacob Below.
Jacob. Oh, Jacob. You remember Jacob? Right. What's going on, man?
There he is in the virtual flesh. Hello.
You should know this. Nick Nicholson sends in another good friend of mine. Sends in €5.
Hold on a second. Somebody has my stream open. Is that you, Jacob?
Yep. How's my favorite neighborhood Simpsons kid?
Yeah, you say.
I'm good. John. Hold on a second, Jacob. John, do you have my stream open?
What do we have, John?
No. Jacob May.
Yep, that's me.
Jacob. Oh, Jacob.
Yep, how you doing?
I'm good.
How's my favorite neighborhood Simpsons kid?
I'm good, dude. Do you have my stream open? Like, do you have the volume?
I have the YouTube page open. Yeah, I can close it.
Yeah. No, just mute it for now until we're done talking.
It's all right. I just closed it.
All right, thanks, man. So yeah, I'm good, dude. It's good to see you again.
Great to see you too. It's been too long.
Yeah. By the way, I got your painting.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I'm so glad it arrived to you safely.
Yeah, why didn't I never put up a picture? Did I put up a picture of your painting? If I didn't, I'm gonna put it up on Twitter as soon as we're done, because it was a beautiful job when I saw it online, and I was so delighted to receive it on Christmas.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, Jacob's an artist, guys, and I really highly recommend you go check out his work. Do you want to plug that, Jacob?
Oh, yes. My website is jacobbelo.com.
All right. Yeah, he's a great artist.
Yep, all lowercase letters, just for the record.
And I just put that in the chat. So, what did you want to talk about today, man?
Oh, I just wanted to tune in and see how things were going for you, and I wanted to talk about whatever you were interested in talking about in whatever time we had allotted, and just maybe share a bit of advice to anything that would just be useful to anybody watching.
Oh, well.
Okay. Well, I mean, I definitely. Well, basically, I just wanted to say things 2021 has overall been going better for me than 2020. That not that I think it's been going better for most people in general. There have just been a few things that have been going on in my life, like my sister. I've had to take care of her because without giving too many details away, she went through a moment where she had to go out to Colorado for some therapeutic treatment, and so I've been having the house to myself. And in the meantime, I've been going about with my regular life, but I've also been pondering a lot of things. Like I've been continuing to ponder the fate and the future of our country and the way it's going now. Like what's the fate? Like what is the fate of people people who are just who not only have disabilities but are facing pretty much any kind of discrimination. And well, do you have any input on that?
I do. I have a thought on that, if I may.
Go right ahead, John.
I've noticed with my clients, some people are troubled by environment, circumstances, social and otherwise. And the key seems to be in doing those things, small things that you can control as well as you can. So for instance, you're not going to cure all the problems in the country, but you can refine your craft.
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
So it seems to me, even though it may seem like you have blinders on, it's a very good idea to do what you can do well and thoroughly. And that gives you a kind of an inner peace to face some of the bigger things that are an issue.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And one way that I do that is that I get involved with my community. And well, I think, and I can understand why that would be a difficult thing to do if you're on the autism spectrum and have things like difficulty picking up on communication cues and all that.
Of course. So in that regard, it's very good to find members of your tribe, as it were.
Yeah, absolutely.
Folks who will, like you, and you can talk to Max, and he's not going to say, "Oh, you are differently wired, and that's a problem." No, it's not a problem.
Very true. Mm-hmm. And I think that just the more people we can make aware that being differently wired isn't a problem, the better, naturally.
Well, the book I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned that or not. This one, Max, this time around. This is a gal who is differently wired. She has ADHD and Asperger's, Camilla Pang. She did her PhD and she's a research scientist. Brilliant, lovely book. Totally Asperger's, ADHD, lots of challenges that way. She's turned them all around, and she uses science and the observations from science to deal with the challenges she has. But she speaks her mind, and she writes really well. It's a great book.
Oh yeah, terrific. I definitely have to check that out. There's actually a lot of media that I've been consuming. I'm always searching for some media that I can consume that would better my life personally, but especially media that is good at autistic representation. And one of my first exposures to that is the book called The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of it. I haven't read it.
Oh, I read it all when I was 13 years old in school. Mm-hmm. It's actually one book that's very good at letting people in onto the inside of, the mind of an autistic person who processes things like mathematics. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And let's see.
Okay. Next we've got 9 people in the waiting room, so I guess we'll have.
So I guess my time's up.
Yeah, I guess we're going to have to let some other people join into the call.
That's fine. It was so nice to talk to you after all this time, John and Max.
Yeah, it's a pleasure seeing you again, dude. Thank you so much for coming back on.
Oh, my pleasure. I hope I can do so sometime soon. My work schedule is just I usually have to work Wednesday nights, but I managed to switch shifts this time, so maybe I'll do it again sometime.
Good, man.
See you later.
Yeah, we'll definitely do another one of these next month.
Au revoir and adios, amigos.
Adieu.
Bye-bye.
All right. Who do we got next?
Julian Nygaard.
Julian Nygaard?
Nygaard.
All right. How's it going, Julian? Can you hear us, man? Oh. Hello.
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you, man. Can you hear
Hey.
us?
I can hear you. Hey,
Hey, what's poppin'?
I'm good.
Oh my God, it's Leafy.
No.
How many times have you heard that in your life?
Oh my God, it's
I've
what?
been compared. I don't. Some douchebag.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh,
I've
no.
been
I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean it like in a negative way. I mean you look
no,
like
no,
him.
I know, no.
Mhm.
But I've been compared to iDubbbz, but I've never been called Leafy.
Okay, but you know who he is?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I meant it with love, man. How's it going? What do you want to talk about?
I'm doing quite well actually, but I don't know, as usually 2020 has been not the most kind year.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's what I kind of want to discuss about was the fact that I have stated this before to a lot of people. So this is not something that I'm going online first with, but 2020 was also a year where I struggled a lot with suicide thoughts and all that, and especially there were some personal issues. Actually, I think COVID was probably one of the mildest things that happened that year. But basically, that has calmed down. I began taking psychiatry and all that, and it's been helping a lot. But one thing that seems to happen was that I got some pills from the doctor, and they supposedly told me that these pills were not supposed to make me happy, but just make me calm down. It's just the thought I kind of had in my head that because the pills, they didn't make me happy, but it didn't make me suicidal. So this past year has just been like nothing happening. So I don't want to commit suicide, but I'm not happy either. So I'm just in this middle ground of just blackness, if it makes sense.
Yeah, like a purgatory of sorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just been bogging my mind a lot.
well, good for you for reaching out, Julian.
Mm-hmm.
Staying by yourself with these thoughts on your own isn't smart. It is much wiser to go to psychiatry, to reach out, to talk to others. Do you have people around you that you can talk to in a civil and who will be empathetic, who will talk to you in a civil way?
I mean, my family is always there for me, so I can always talk to them.
Well, that's
I also have Asperger, and one of the symptoms is either that you are quiet or you say everything, and I have the condition of just saying everything. So my family knows everything, and maybe too much.
Yeah. Have you been able to Sorry. Go ahead, John.
No, that's fine.
I was just gonna say, like, how long have you been feeling this way? I suppose for the duration of the pandemic.
I started in a new school, and that was about when we started to look into the depression side of my mind. At least the doctor said, because one day I came home from school and I just burst out crying to my dad, and he saw, okay, we need to do something. So we went to the doctor, checked things, and that's when he saw, okay, because he saw every time we came to the doctor, I became more and more depressed. So it was like, okay, we need to do something. So that's when I got the pills. So it's been about a year, I would say, maybe 9 months. But I don't know, the kind of thinking mindset I have right now is can I change something now, or do I just kind of wait out things until it gets better? Because the doctor told me these are not temporary pills.
Yeah, you don't wait out things. If there is a need to do something, if you feel the desire to do something useful and helpful for yourself, go ahead. COVID is a nuisance and a terror and all kinds of stuff, but it shouldn't stop you from being as healthy as you can be. So if, for instance, making calls or doing projects appeals to you, go ahead and do it. If you feel the need, and you may, visit the doctor to discuss what's going on with your medication so he can refine, change something, by all means, do it. You don't sit there and be miserable.
No.
Yeah,
No need of that.
I agree with that. Honestly, dude, there's never a bad time to start trying to feel better and to start living your life in a positive manner. Honestly, there are resources that you can approach and make good use of, even though things are sort of hectic right now. Obviously, whatever imposition that you're putting on yourself that's sort of preventing you from getting better right now. I'm guessing it is the pandemic, or I'm sure there are other things, but in this specific context, it's just an arbitrary imposition. Honestly, there are things that you can do. And most importantly, just make sure that you're never dealing with this alone. You say that you already speak with your family. They already hear you say everything. Just make good use of the fact that they accept you for who you are and they accept that part of you, and open up to them about how you're feeling. Do not deal with this alone.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, Max, I'm going to let somebody else in now, if you don't mind, Julian.
Yeah, sorry, Julian.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks for coming on. And before we bring in the next person, I just want to say two very quick things. First of all, just anybody else that's coming in the next few minutes, just remember to, we're only going to be able to talk to you for 5 or 6 minutes, because there are lots of people and there are a lot of people that have a lot of stuff to say. So we want to try and keep the time that you're on the call for about 5 to 6 minutes. Hopefully that's okay. And also, second, I will get to the super chats as soon as we get to 8 o'clock. I'm sorry that I won't be able to read them right now, but we obviously, like I just said, have a lot of people to get to.
Yeah, we sure want to get to as many people as we possibly can.
Right. Okay, so who do we have next?
Anonyman.
Anonyman?
Anonyman.
Is that like a Digimon? Oh no, Anonyman. My bad.
There it is. Anonyman.
Hey, I don't know if you're. Yeah, I'm guessing he probably doesn't want to show his face because he is Anonyman, although his camera was on there briefly. What's going on?
Hear me?
Ah, there's a voice.
Yes, hello. How you both doing?
We're good. I'm just curious, is Anonyman like the singular for the hacker group Anonymous?
Well, I mean, I didn't want to disclose my identity. I spoke to John a couple months ago, but I wanted to call in anonymous, but I didn't want to just call myself anonymous, so I thought I'd add a little spin to it.
Oh, so you were the guy that gave us the files on JFK. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm your man.
That's a nice spin, Anonyman.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you want to talk about, man?
I mean, I'll admit I'm a little bit nervous. I mean, I'm conscious of the fact that this will be archived, but if it does help other people, then it's for a good cause. But I think, yeah, I wanted
We're not judging.
I graduate in a month's time. I struggle a lot with kind of coping with stress. I mean, my dissertation's due in next week, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are you studying?
Oh, I'm doing history.
Nice. I know. Any specific focus?
The British Union of Fascists in the 1930s. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good piece of history that people should know about.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it seems to be very overlooked in today's historical discourse. Though it's only because of the Peaky Blinders that people know who Oswald Mosley is, for instance. But...
Oh, is that what that show's about? Okay.
Oh, what he was appeared in one of the seasons. Yeah, awful man. But anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah, well, it's mainly two things. I struggle a lot with I think executive stuff. So maybe proofreading. I'm very good at researching stuff, but my writing kind of suffers a bit because I have to stress myself out just to get something down on paper. But then it ends up just starting this vicious cycle of just self-loathing and just I need to get this done. And I guess the other side of the coin is just accepting, just trying to accept being on the spectrum, because it's something I only really discovered within the last 2 years. I'm technically not diagnosed, so I was supposed to be last year, but due to the service I was going to go through closing, it's kind of I'm in limbo right now. But yeah, that's it.
So, what makes you think that you have autism? How many of the symptoms sort of seem to line up with that?
Ooh, Well,
All of them.
well, I mean, when I was younger, I mean, I'll be struggled to come up with like specific examples, but I mean, I was very, very like withdrawn and detached as a kid. I would fixate. I had limited interest when I was younger, not so much now. Um, like kind of repetitive routines, pretty much like your usual stuff. But I've managed to overcome a lot of my like social difficulties since like going to uni and stuff.
Good.
Thank you.
I can understand. Like, I imagine because it is your dissertation, there's a lot of pressure that you must be feeling in regards to that. I just say, leading up to it, do your best to sort of pace yourself. Try not to, like, I know it's easier said than done because like one thing that's kind of comorbid with having autism is focusing on things for long periods of time, but you gotta maybe set an alarm or something like I do, where you can sort of force yourself to get up from your chair and walk around for like even if it's just a few minutes, just to sort of cleanse your brain so that when you do get back to work, you're not dreading it as much, and you can do a lot better work. I found it works for me. Have you tried anything like that in regards to your work?
Yeah, well, I often go for walks,
Good.
like between doing things, and like I'll do 25 like minute intervals of working, and then just go off and do something, maybe like laundry, chores, things like that. So I do my best to fill my time in between.
That's good. That's good. That's a good rhythm.
It's very good. It's good to use movement to help your brain focus, get edges, like, edges by edges. I mean, ways of getting control over what you're doing, what you're thinking about. Max, we're going to have to move on. We have a whole pile of big people waiting. Thank you for coming on, Anonymous.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, and best of luck with your dissertation, man. I believe in you.
Thanks, man.
All right.
See ya.
Peace
Bye.
out.
Bye.
How many people do we have waiting?
You have 8 people waiting.
8. Okay, nice.
Now you're on to Laura Alvarado. What a beautiful name.
Laura, how do you do? Don't answer like John answered when I. Oh, actually, you don't know about that. Never mind. Inside joke. Hey, Laura.
Hang on a moment. Do you mind if I get out the YouTube? I'll just get this through right quickly. I am a teenage girl that basically struggles with body dysmorphia, depression, and anxiety. Okay. And I feel like I probably have autism, but I don't know yet because I don't know. I just it's just a burning feeling. Do you want to see my dog?
Aw, sure. Aw, what's his name?
Her name is Muñeca, which means doll in Spanish. Also, ignore the funny cat in the background.
If you saw that, it'd probably freak him out. Sorry.
I struggle with like a bunch of beauty problems. Like I try my best to look as beautiful as possible, and I just because I was always bullied for my weight and my my body and like my face, and I just like it's. And and people think that I promote obesity or that I I just it's a lot really, and it's hard explaining. Like I try working out. My mom has said that I like have tried working out. Not working out. No. I've been losing weight, but very slowly. Like it's a process, I know, but I want to lose weight as fast as possible because I'm just gonna be honest. We live in a disgusting civilization where if you aren't the ideal body type, no matter where you live, no one will love you or no one will accept you, and people will think the bad things about you. And I even remember a guy thinking that I was a part of the fat activism when I'm not part of that at all. I just want to be accepted for who I am, and I just I just like, I just want to eat my burger in peace, or I just want to eat my salad in peace without someone telling me, "Hey, fatty," I just I'm sorry. Also I have a lot of like not hyperfixations, no. I just have like a lot of interests in things like I like horror. I don't know if you've noticed, but I was wearing a Chucky hat that I bought from Spencer's.
Nice.
This is actually a scene where he beats the teacher with a ruler from the second movie.
I
I'm
never
sorry.
saw the second one. I only saw the first one.
It's on Netflix.
Oh, okay, right on. Unfortunately, we only have you for a few minutes, Laura, so we're just going to try and address the things that you brought up. So first of all, obviously the things that you just brought up about people shaming you for the way that you look are absolutely awful. I don't think that any of those people, if they're people that you see regularly or even if it's just a person that you see on the street, they're not worth your time whatsoever. This is a very personal issue to you, and it seems like, based on what you said, that you are concerned about it and that you are trying your best to address it.
Yes.
Okay, so there are two sides to this. First of all, I'm certain that you are definitely worthy of love and that there are people that are willing to love you. I can speak from personal experience as somebody who once was overweight. I managed to be in a relationship with somebody who wasn't, but still accepted me nonetheless for my personality. I'm sure, you're a girl that's into horror. That's one thing I know about you, that means that
I don't know if you I remember you talked to a person named Vate, and Vate and I have been friends since intermediate school.
Oh, okay, Vate, yeah.
Yes, and I talked to him today. Basically, I asked him if he wanted a N64 medium-sized long sleeve that I bought a while ago, and I asked if he wanted it, and he just said he'll text me about it, but so far he didn't text me back about it. He did text me about the live stream, but he didn't ask me if he wanted it or not. I will say this. I just I always was bullied for I was always bullied. I'm sorry, I already said that before. I'm really sorry.
Okay.
But yes, I remember this one time I kept listening to this song called what's it called again? It's like a song about body dysmorphia. It's called Prom Queen by Beach Bunny. And I couldn't stop listening to it for hours. I kept repeating the song over and over again because it's something so hard-hitting relatable, because it's just
it addresses the issue so well.
Yes, and I don't know.
And sorry, what's the name of the band again?
Oh, Beach Bunny. I don't really listen to them as much because they do not fit my aesthetic. I'm more of a I don't know if you can see, but I'm very punk rock and goth.
Nice, yeah.
Yes. I only listened to that specific song because a friend of mine sent it to me and it had Sailor Moon on it. I was like, oh, I like Sailor Moon, and it was a Sailor Moon lyric video, and I listened to the song and I was like, oh my god, I can relate to this. And
Hey, unfortunately, Laura, we're going to have to go in just a second, but I just wanted to get John's thoughts and then I'll conclude with what I wanted to say.
Yes.
Okay. I would just say, Laura, thank you for the courage and thank you for being a warrior in this battle for justice that you're seeking. The only thing I would say is stay away from the toxic folk and stay around the folk that show empathy and show human decency. And keep on with your project.
Yes, and finally, just in regards to the whole, approaching eating thing, it's something that I haven't actually talked about this on my YouTube channel, but it is actually something that I've dealt with. I know it's not the thing that you want to hear, but if you are, and I trust that you are committed to, trying to eat healthier, as we all should be, just you got to realize that it is a process. It's going to take a bit. You got to figure out what works best for you. And you got to try a couple of different things, like what foods you can manage to eat and, stay satiated, and also what exercise works best for you. And once you sort of figure out how to sort of get on the other side of the teeter-totter, I suppose, of gaining weight and losing weight, then you'll start to settle into a routine that works best for you, and it'll feel natural. And at a certain point, you won't even think about it. But you just got to realize it's going to take a little bit of time. But if you stick with it, I believe that you can deal with it, because ultimately you've dealt with a whole lot of terrible stuff up until this point. And I believe that from that, you've grown stronger and that you can absolutely take on this challenge.
Yes. Well, thank you for having me. Say bye, Monica.
Bye.
Bye.
It's a pleasure to meet you
Next.
too.
Bye.
Bye and rock on.
Yes, you too.
All right, who do we got next?
Lance Moriarty.
Moriarty. Is that Sherlock? Moriarty?
Hello.
Hey. Hello.
How's it going?
It's going well.
Fun fact, Max. Because you're autistic and you live in the same area as I do too. It's great.
What? Where you live in the GTA?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Jeez.
Okay.
You feel it seems like you're feeling pretty animated. I'm not sure why. It's kind of gray outside, but I'm glad that you're feeling good.
Yeah.
How you doing? Like, why are you feeling so good?
I've been doing pretty well. To give your audience a bit of background history, at least a short history. I go by Lance. I've been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome and live in Toronto. I've been through a lot of ups and downs in my life in terms of how I deal with issues. But there is one issue that does stand out to me, and it still affects me, I guess, to this day. And that is people who are who think alike, but at the same time they differ in the political spectrum. I politically, and this is just my personal stance. Please don't attack me for this.
Oh, we won't.
I lean mostly on the right side because I believe that that's how the society can work and can function for years to come. What stands out to me is I've been introduced to a lot of other people who think on the same wavelength as me, like autistic and very knowledgeable, but have the audacity to either block me or never give me a chance to say anything. And in this case, it's a lot of censorship. One of my friends who was very close friends with this other group, let's say Sal, for instance, they've been shut out because they've been exposed to other worldviews. So I guess this is me asking as a friend, as a friend's advice, and trying to get myself recollected. Is there any ways for me to get heard or to explain myself better to the point where I can actually articulate my points rather than just being censored every single time?
Okay, so I understand your pain, dude. This is something that I even recently in my life that I've had to deal with. What you have to realize is that when it comes to politics, especially nowadays with the advent of the internet and information just being so readily available that people can do anything to confirm their biases, there are just going to be some people in this world that are gone. Like they're going to be turned into like extremists, like I don't know, like Maoists that have little red books in their hands and they won't, listen to anything that you have to say. And obviously that goes for people on the right too. I just think that the best thing that you can do in these situations is just try to play. It's sort of like what politicians do in a perverse way, but it's just to try and play the moral superior. You got to say, okay, if you want to walk away, if you want to, not listen to anything that I'm saying, that's fine. I'm just going to, step away and seem understanding, be civil, be polite, and demonstrate that, hey, if your worldview is going to make you act in this particular way, well, my worldview makes me act in a way that is supposed to be open to different ideas and open to having discussions. Now, I'm not saying that that's the case for the right. How do I say this in a civil way to the people that are listening to this right now?
Oh yeah, by all means, yeah.
Yeah. I in my opinion, I'd say that there are people on both sides of the political spectrum that are more willing to have that are willing to have conversations and be civil with one another. It's just harder nowadays with, like I said, the internet. And then, sorry, I sort of lost my train of thought. John, can you just take over for a second while I get that back?
I'm thinking that you need to talk in rooms that are civil rather than seek people on a spectrum, seek people who are empathetic and intellectual and intelligent and actually are willing to discuss things with you and maybe agree to disagree on something or not.
Yeah.
Intellectual, civilized, rational people don't have to agree on everything.
Yeah,
but there are ways they can behave to one another that are reasonable.
Yeah, that I can agree completely, because I'm friends with a lot of very fortunate people in my time. I am friends with a very good tech person who's I'm using autistic as a joke here, but he's so autistic about so many subjects. It kind of puts me into shame in terms of how autistic I am in certain subjects. But it's just that with all of the knowledge and trying to articulate the points and trying to make yourself heard, it just becomes a question of, okay, you want to be civil and agree to disagree, but how far do they go too much when it comes to like actively trying to dehumanize you and try to censor you?
Leave the room. Don't stay in the room.
Yeah. Like
That's
if
it?
here's my thing. Okay, I've tried to whenever I've tangentially even just merely discussed politics in a video on my channel. Like recently, I had to take down a video on my channel because I wasn't particularly happy with it. But a secondary, like lesser reason was that no matter how good of an argument I put forward about. I did a video that tangentially referred to somebody I'm sure you're familiar with, Jordan Peterson.
Yes.
I tried to explain why like this particular belief that he had wasn't at all sexist or misogynist, yet I still had people, no matter how many pieces of evidence I put forward in the video, say, oh, he's just a misogynist. Well, here's the deal. Whenever anybody says that you hold these particularly disgusting beliefs, like you have a certain prejudice towards women or a minority or people that are homosexual, whatever, anytime anybody does that to you and you know that's not true, just say, screw you. Get the heck out of there. Not worth your time, not worth your emotion. It'll be hard at first because I know sometimes being on the spectrum, you're quite sensitive to people's stupidity. But ultimately, it's not worth brooding on. You got better things to do with your time. And you can use your time, the extra time that you have by not dealing with those people, by further educating yourself, spending it with people that are willing to have conversations without, calling you names. And finally, just before we let you go, man, I just want to say, whenever it comes to any sort of political conversation, I tell this to anybody, regardless if they're on the left or the right, speak to that person expecting that they might have something to tell you that you aren't already familiar with. And I find that when you have that sort of attitude, things tend to drift towards more like being more civil.
Okay, Max, we got about 90 seconds per person waiting.
Okay, so just to close this off, Max and John, sorry. Max, if you're in the area, please feel free to say hi to me. I'm always on a bike ride around the GTA, and I would love to explore new places and say hi to new people. So yeah, I go by Lance Moriarty online. So yeehaw.
All right. Good to know, Doc.
Thanks
See you guys.
for coming in, Max. Bye.
Thank you for the advice.
No problem. Peace out.
Cantankerous malcontent.
Hey, Cantankerous, good to see you again, man.
Hello.
Welcome back. How you doing?
I'm alive.
Yeah?
I'm hobbling along.
What's got you down?
All the mental health services here where I live are gone.
Oh, like whereabouts are you, if you don't mind me asking?
North Carolina, USA.
Oh, Jesus. It's like, why are they gone?
Out of business or had their funding pulled because of COVID?
Yeah, that's absolutely it's a tragedy, dude. I understand.
What do you need?
I'm just holding on by my teeth and my fingernails.
But if there were a service, what would it be that would be the best service for you? What kind of a thing would it be?
Well, the thing I used to get the most help from was seeing a therapist and basically being able to talk things out and try to problem solve without getting myself stuck in a recursive loop.
Max, would 7 cups be worthwhile for that?
It's sort of like a low grade thing. Maybe if people just wanted to talk to a random person and weren't really taking it seriously. A therapist is definitely higher grade than something like 7 cups. But you can look for people like therapists online. You don't have to.
I've been looking for therapists online that I can talk to through Zoom. It's a mess. My point is I basically have just been trying to keep from getting into a loop where I'm just the same thing over and over again.
have you used Psychology Today's website?
I've never heard of that till now.
Okay.
Go.
If you go online, Psychology Today therapists, you will get thousands of online therapists all over the world who are, of course, nowadays operating by Zoom. And it is
I'll
it
write
is
that
a
down.
banquet. Psychology Today therapists. It is perhaps the most robust site in the world for listing coaches, therapists, and the like. Their prices, their specialties, and so on and so on and so forth. It is your best resource, and you don't have to be anywhere. They could be
Okay.
in anywhere.
Okay, because I've had a lot of stuff happen just this month alone that has made it difficult for me to keep my thoughts going in a straight line instead of just looping back on itself. You know the writer I told you about that was going to help me with script writing for my project? His psychiatrist screwed up his meds so bad he actually became catatonic for a while, and I was afraid. I mean, he's not just a co-writer; he's a friend, and he's like a brother to me.
Yeah, God, what is going on in North Carolina?
Oh no, he lives in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. The U.S. Well, that's a whole other
U.S. in
conversation.
general is a mess.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
So that
okay, we should wind this one up now, Max.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Tankers,
it just scared the bejesus out of me.
Yeah, I understand, dude. Just two things very quickly. First of all, your mic is sort of coming out, so it's becoming a little bit difficult to understand you, just in case you happen to speak to anybody in the near future. But second of all, yeah, just please go check out Psychology Today. It's the one that I often recommend people go check out, and I've had yet to hear any complaints from the people that I've referred to that website. It's great. It's what a lot of people are using right now, especially during the pandemic. Please feel free to message me if you have any other problems in regards to it, okay?
Okay. Thank you for letting me know about that.
No problem, sir. Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
All right, peace.
Peace.
All right, we got about 10 more minutes.
Carl English.
Is any relation to Johnny English? You know, Rowan Atkinson? Hey, Carl.
Oh, hello.
How do you do?
Well, that's I've actually watched you for a long time, since the old HBR days when you were on some of the podcasts there.
Oh.
I followed up with your stuff as well, with some of the videos such as Ion and such. That was that whole series was really good. You know, really got me into Carl Jung, and that whole facet of concepts such as ideological possession and the shadow aspect of a person's psychology. I've been trying to do my own integrating over the past while, and really just trying to go and just break the dam, and particularly just get into the stronger traits that I have. And one of these things is that, well, I can really write, but yeah, I've got a few deadlines that are due by Friday, and I'm going a little stir crazy, I guess, because there's a lot of I study journalism particularly. I know all of the things about the international politics. Really, it's not really interesting to me. I prefer the world of entertainment as it is, but yeah. Essentially, I need to go and just unleash my limits, or my limiters, and remove the limiters.
This book that I recommended earlier in the show, ADHD 2.0, talks about the importance of movement. You're making me think that you may need to move around. Just actually use movement when you're sitting, when you're thinking, when you're writing. Stand up, jump around. Halwell says, dice celery, scream, sing a song, move. Get your body moving.
Yeah,
it may help you when you're feeling stir crazy.
Absolutely. That would help a little bit. Maybe a few press-ups. Would you say? Would that help?
Sure.
Anything that gets you feeling
That's
physically feeling will help your mind get more grounded.
Yeah,
certainly.
And when in doubt, just follow these steps. Okay, jump around, jump around, jump up, jump up,
and get down.
Get down. Yes. All right.
Memorize that.
Yes.
Excellent. Hip hop comes to the rescue.
Okay,
Yes.
let's let Elias in, Max.
Yeah, and best of luck with your stuff, dude.
I want to succeed, do well, and really just knock it out of the ballpark. Thanks very much, Max.
You will.
Thanks very much, John.
You're welcome.
Elias,
hello,
my friend. How do you do?
Well, okay. So first off, I'm pretty nervous about being here because I'm really socially awkward.
Would it help you if I said a whole bunch of like really immature words to make you seem like the intellectual here?
Yes, it would help.
Well, I mean, I was hoping you wouldn't say that because now I don't want to get demonetized. But hopefully that was enough to break the ice. Quick question: Who's that's David Bowie just above your head? Who's the one? Who's the chick to your right? Is that?
Oh, that's Björk. Oh wait, do you mean the lower?
Yeah.
Lower poster. Oh,
Yeah.
that's Kim Gordon from
Sonic Youth. Nice,
Yes.
Good. Yeah.
Yes.
What the heck was what's his name thinking when he divorced her?
Thurston Moore.
Thurston Moore. Yes.
I'm reading her book right now about that actually.
Oh, she talking a lot of crap.
Half the time.
Yeah.
Not always, but sometimes. It's an interesting book though.
So what'd you want to talk about, dude?
Well, I called in because I've seen you advertise these streams a few times. And I felt like calling in. I feel like my life is going basically nowhere at the moment, which is due to the pandemic a lot. I've been through some serious mental issues in the past and been diagnosed with Asperger's like a year ago. I had a pretty good psychologist at the time who diagnosed me and helped me for some time. But then I moved away from my hometown to study sound production and also to make music on my free time.
Hey, that's what I studied.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, when I was in university. Well, it was a branch of what I studied. So, what part of the world, if you don't mind me asking, are you living in?
Oh, I'm from Sweden.
Oh, Sweden. Okay, cool.
So,
yeah, and so I imagine, what have you just finished university and you're looking for work right now? What's the situation?
No, I'm on my first year of college, so I just started.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, isn't that taking up a lot of your time, though?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
A lot, and sometimes I can get really hard to get any work done. Even though I kind of like what I'm studying at the moment. I'm really interested in it.
Well, but you said you feel like you're not going anywhere. I would imagine that's because you're being very productive studying that.
Yeah, but I feel studying the studying part is fine with school and everything. But socially, getting a girlfriend and stuff like that, and just getting job opportunities because I'm trying to start freelancing and stuff like that is going nowhere as well. So it's
okay.
Well, I would suggest, Elias, that you start with getting a friend and an interest or interests where you can meet people and allow girlfriend things to happen as opposed to really work hard at them. It's difficult. But being in a group where you're welcome and you feel welcome and you welcome others, it's much more likely that good lasting friendships will develop.
Yeah, it's like my dad said, the person that you are truly looking for, the person that you really need in your life will come when you least suspect it. Right. And that's certainly been true. I mean, if any of you have been following my channel for a little bit, you'll know that that's what happened to me. And I guarantee you, you're still very young, first year in college. That sort of stuff is going to happen to you very, very quickly. You just have to make sure that you make yourself available. It's harder now because of the pandemic, but there are things that you can do online. You can even come into my server if you want to meet people and just talk with people that are like you and won't judge you for the way you are. There are women there. Just like I said, you just got to let people know that you're there and that you're.
Next, we have time for one more person.
Okay, and they're ready to mingle. Okay, well, thank you so much, dude. And trust me, with your taste in music, David Bowie, Sonic Youth, you'll be just fine, my brother. Okay, just keep pursuing what you're doing.
Thanks for calling in, Elias.
Thank you.
Cool thing sitting with the kitty. Okay.
Ask Thorson. That will be our last caller for this evening.
Ask Thorson. Are you from Sweden as well? I mean, like, it seems like a Swedish name. They're still connecting. Just give it a second.
Which part is the Swedish? Ask or the Thorson?
The Thor and the Thorson. Yeah. I don't wanna. I don't think so. That's a great song by Sonic Youth. Cool thing. Thorson is still trying to connect. It's not seeming to work, unfortunately.
Okay. Well. Here he is.
Just coming in. Thorson, can you hear us?
Hello. Yes.
Hey, what's poppin', player? You from Sweden?
No.
Okay. It's just the sen at the end of your name sort of made us guess. Where are you from and how's it going?
I'm from Norway.
Okay, I wasn't that far off.
Very close. Very close.
And, big diff, yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm just relaxing now. It's been a very stressful time for me.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of things happening this last year. Like, for instance, me and my girlfriend broke up recently, which was or in the beginning of this half year. I started on my bachelor in sociology, and I've been moving 2 times. So now I'm in my new place. I moved in 2 days ago, and yeah, it's a weird time. And then I saw this stream. I've been following your videos for a long time. When I've been following your videos for a long time.
Thanks,
since I started my studies. Actually, I found your videos. Yeah. I don't know. I felt like because since I've been dealing with a lot of things, I don't really quite know where I feel or am, since there have been a lot of things happening. So
what are you doing right now?
Right now, I'm just relaxing in my bed.
Right. I don't mean in this present moment. I mean like work or school or stuff like that.
Right now, I have 2 weeks left before I will like the deadline of my bachelor, and I'm going to work tomorrow. So
okay,
that's 2 things which happening. I don't know. It's a bit weird. Like when so much stuff is happening, you don't really know where your headspace is, and you want to assert control, but at the same time, I'm like so tired.
Okay, so I have a couple things that I want to say to that, but I know John has to go in like less than a minute, so I want him to give his last word.
Yeah.
John, can you hear?
I can hear, but we're ending the show in less than a minute, right?
Well, no, I got to read the super chats when we're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So I was just wondering if you could give like your brief thoughts quickly before you go.
I would say doing small things, getting comfortable, relaxing on your bed is a really great idea. And you need something to root you in self-care. You need small things you can depend on, because there's an awful lot of big stuff you can't do anything about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's all I would say to that. Max, I've written down the names of the folks that are waiting so that the next show we will put them on first.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, that's a great idea. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I've got that recorded. So if the next time we come on, I have a list of who's in line, and we'll pick up right where we left off. If those people are interested in showing up, I've got you in order.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, John, for doing that. And we will definitely do this again. And thank you, John. He's got to go for doing this as always. I hope you have a good rest of your week. Okay.
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 Thank you for the advice.
Yeah.
You're
and
welcome.
Before I let you go, ask Thorsten, I'll just say that, look, as just echo very quickly what John said, there are only going to be so many things that are within your control. A lot of stuff, goes without saying, has happened in the last year that is beyond our control. And I know it's difficult for people to relinquish control, especially when they do have mental health issues, especially autism. But it's something that can be done. You just got to meditate on it for a little while. And a good way of also coping with it is just figuring out what things are within your control, focusing on that, focusing all your attention and all your effort towards that, and then making something out of that. So you said that you're starting work within the week or something, and that you're just about to get your BA. That's great. So just focus your attention on that. Figure out how you can sort of gain meaning and sustenance from that, and just take pride in it. I know it's easier said than done, but it is meaningful. What did you say you were studying?
Sociology.
Sociology. Okay. So yeah, it's definitely an accomplishment, and you should be proud of yourself. And where are you starting work?
My work is I work at what is it called, clothing store.
Okay. All right. So just that's going to take up a lot of your time, and it's probably it's going to be a new experience. So just focus your energy towards that, and you will be able to overcome it.
Okay.
You can.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No
Very
problem,
good
dude.
advice.
I hope so, dude. And feel free, to message, even if it's not on a stream, you can always say email me if just to let me know how things are going. My email's maxdarrett@yahoo.ca. Okay, just if anything happens to change, right?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Thank you. Very
Yeah.
good. Okay.
All right, and go to bed, man. It's got to be like 2 a.m. where you are, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, jeez, go to bed.
Yes, I will.
You're not gonna be able to handle things well if you're not sleeping, right? Okay, so.
No, yeah, that's very true.
All right.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later, man.
Yes. Bye.
All right.
Have a
Bye.
great day.
And okay. So, John is still here. Sorry, John. Can you hear me?
I can't get out because I've invited you. I'm host on Zoom, so you have to wind up so I can leave.
Okay, I'll respond. Okay, you know what I'll do, guys? I'll respond to the super chats in the live chat. Okay, so that way John can go. All right. Sorry, guys, we got to terminate it. Thank you so much for coming to the stream, and John, have a good rest of your week. And we'll do this again next week.
Yep. Bye bye.
Bye bye.